in 2002, Congress passed the Improper Payments Information Act. In 2010, Congress passed the Improper Payments Elimination and Recovery Act. In 2012, Congress passed two more bills, the Improper Payments Elimination and Recovery Improvement Act and the Improper Payments Transparency Act. Yet GAO said that the federal government's losing between $233 to $521 billion per year. If you just split the difference, that's $377 billion over a 10-year window. That's $3.7 trillion, not counting the interest that we're having to pay. And in regard to the inspector generals, it sounds like we're not going to miss inspector general. I don't mean to be dismissive of that. I have high regard for the inspector generals, but in terms of actually lowering our improper payment rate, it keeps going up year after year. How do you explain that? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong person. I need to sit up straight so I can see the names.
No worries.
Okay, go ahead.
I think we really need to get back to basics and having internal control in payment processes. As you noted, there's been numerous amounts of legislation adding on requirements, reporting improper payments, but we really need to get back to the fundamentals of having internal controls in payment processes, understanding what the root causes are for the improper payments going out, and focusing on that, requiring agencies to report their plans for prevention to you and having accountability for having those prevention plans in place.
Isn't the problem, though, the failure to have enforcement in any of these bills? I've been working on it since I've been in Congress. I believe I might have been the first one to get the Budget Committee to really take into account improper payments. Been working with Mr. Dodaro this whole time on it, and it's not getting better. As a matter of fact, there's in fiscal year 24, there are 16 agencies that reported a total of about $162 billion in improper payments. And when you dig down into it, about 55% of the improper payment problem is administrative error, failure to verify eligibility, and antiquated data systems. Which brings me to Mr. Musk, and I know there's a lot of consternation about what they're doing, but literally, he's brought in some computer experts with 21st century technology and done better oversight of the federal government in the last 6 weeks than we've done in the last 40 years. I mean, isn't that one of the biggest problems we have with improper payments is we've got antiquated data systems. We don't have the 21st century technology we need to do oversight, proper oversight.
Having reliable data is very important. Having accurate, reliable, complete data in the systems to be able to do those integrity checks is critical, yes.
Well, after we did pass the Improper Payments Elimination Recovery Improvement Act, I know of one outside company that was brought in that did some analysis of labor, Department of Labor contracts and found millions of dollars in fraud, overpayments, other monies that should have come back to the federal government through credits that were not recovered. And when this was disclosed, the Department of Labor at that time basically waved off as disinterested. Isn't that a problem?
The pay and chase model is a problem. Trying to recover the payments after the fact is much less effective.
So what we need to do is focus on stopping it on the front end. And
Absolutely.
that's where we need the improvements in technology, where we need the investment in technology. And this is a huge issue when you're reporting 16 agencies are accounting for $162 billion. 10-year window, that's $1.6 trillion. And we're running a deficit of over $2 trillion every year. If you just look at the totality of it, 377 billion, that's 3.77 trillion, not counting the interest we're paying on that money, because every dollar we send out improperly is a borrowed dollar. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.